Well, Tom Fichera is the official sommelier at Vernon Steakhouse, and we are privileged to have him with us this morning to give us an education on what he does, beginning with the most asked question: how do you pronounce S-O-M-M-E-L-I-E-R, sommelier?
Perfect. That works. But in the industry, we just call ourselves somms.
Somms.
Yeah.
That's easy.
You know, we even call it when we go to work a special event. We even say, "I'm going to go to the event in somm." Like, you know, the Santa Fe Wine and Chili Fiesta that just happened up there. I was up there for 5 days somming.
I whip out my Bible when someone says somms. So sorry.
Somms with a P at the front.
Oh, so sorry.
And the fact that you got me here this early in the morning is unbelievable, because in our world, there's two things. If you have a wine director that's up this early, two things. He either didn't go to bed yet, or there's Kahlua in my coffee. And I'm guessing there's Kahlua in my coffee.
That is good. I was thinking that, you know, most of the time, and you know, it's funny, my mom actually said to me the other day, "You're drinking a lot in the morning, aren't you?" I said, "Well, all these meals, everybody's coming in and they're trying to bring wine with the meals.
Right.
You got to do what you got to do for your job, and that's all you're doing today.
You have to do it.
You're doing it. And let's talk about this job, because I think a lot of people have a little bit of confusion as to what a sommelier really is, and I want them to understand what the job is all about.
Well, you know, the job is interesting. It's our job as when you come in to dine. We are there to enhance your evening. Not to intimidate your evening.
That's great.
And it's, you know, all the diners out there, it is okay for you to give the somm some direction of what's taking place. It is definitely okay. You know, walk in and say, you know, when we approach your table, what I do is I try to sort of get a feel, and I have no problem asking the question, you know, "Sir, do you have a price range that you'd like to stay in?"
There you go.
Right, because people do get intimidated. They think, well, there's a sommelier here, I better order the best wine.
Exactly.
And then they regret it at the end of the night when they look in their wallet.
We just had an example last Friday night. I had a gentleman that says, "You know, I really only have like $60. And I said, "Sir, I have plenty of selections that I can do." And actually what I did is I sold him a wine that was for $40.
Perfect.
But what did he do? He bought two.
He did. See, that's the key.
So in the long run, I really got $20 more out of him. But he was so appreciative. So when you go in and a sommelier or a somm approaches your table, you dictate what's taking place. Do not let them dictate.
Great
and,
advice.
you know, back in the old days, they had the little thing called a test event, you know, with the little cup hanging around.
Right.
If I bought a $150 bottle of red Burgundy and I have a guy trying to take a shot out of my bottle, I go, "Hey, pal, wait." You know, that's not what we're here for.
Exactly.
Did a little De Niro just now.
You know, another big part of our job behind the scenes is, you know, we are tasting wines every day.
Are you?
Yeah, every day. You know, we're maintaining the wine list and make sure that, you know, the vintages that are printed are the ones that are actually coming to the table on your bottle. And, you know, it's interesting, your palate, when you're tasting wines, is its most clean and most receptive early in the morning.
Is it really?
Yeah, 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. You know, come 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you know,
eaten other things.
You've eaten other things, you know, your palate is really confused by then. And you easily, you know, everybody wants to get on your wine list, so you easily could get to the point to where you could drink 12, 15 different styles of wines. So what I do with my purveyors is I let them know, you know, next Wednesday I'm tasting Merlots only.
That's good.
You know,
so you don't have to mix it up too much.
That makes sense.
But it's also our job to educate the staff that's on the floor, because I can't get to every single table.
Well, speaking of education, look at all these books. I mean, what was it like to train to do what you do?
Well, you know, when I got my stage and when I passed my first test, you know, the internet didn't exist.
Right. There was a library that people actually went to.
This was it. And this is only about 2/3 of my books. I have another third that are back in.
Oh my gosh.
So, you know, now I go on the website, I just plug in, you know, I go to Ask Jeeves or whatever and just plug in a question. Boom, that information pops up.
It's a new world, I'll tell you that.
But it's still neat. I still refer back to these because I'm old world. You know, so I still, and plus, when I have a book and I'm reading something that's in my hand, it tends to stick with me more.
I have the same way. I like to highlight, too.
Oh, yeah. You need something tangible sometimes to really look and hold.
Absolutely. And so, and then what's also interesting throughout here, when I was taking the test, you also needed to know about cigars.
Really?
Which you don't need to know about anymore.
Well, there's no smoking in most places.
Yeah, you needed to know about filler, binders, wrappers. That was all part of it. One of these books in here is all about espressos and coffee that you needed to know about. And then also, of course, you know, food pairing. I have food books in here.
Well, and I think the nice thing is we're going to be having Tom with us on a very regular basis, and he's going to be able to share with all of us and our viewers, what to pair with what. And I think it will be so nice to get an education from you.
Oh, yeah.
And also want to let you guys know that Vernon's Hidden Valley Steakhouse is at 6855 4th Street Northwest, and we want to make sure that people head out and, you know, get some wine tasting with you, because you're not going to intimidate them. You're going to help them have a better experience.
We're going to enhance it.
Enhancement, not intimidation.
Yep.
That's always a good thing.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much,
You're
Tom.
welcome,
And
Tom.
we've got a lot more with Tom coming up. We'll be right back.